Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco, and today we are back with another episode of
Hot Comics!
A series where each week I pick out 5 books that I think you need to pick up right now. Because these books are heating up because we're talking about comics relating to the Marvels. Now you have 3. You have, currently in the MCU, you have Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers. Now we also have Monica Rambeau, which I don't think they've given her a name yet, although I'm leaning towards Photon. And then we have the upcoming Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan show. So I'm going to be talking about comics involving the 3 of those characters today. But before we get into that, let me tell you about my giveaway. I'm giving away 3 awesome comic bundles at 500 subscribers. That's right, 3 lucky subscribers will each win one of these 3 comic bundles. All you have to do to enter is simply be subscribed and leave a comment on this video. If you would like additional chances to win, you can watch other videos on my channel and leave comments on those as well. Each comment on a new video is another chance to win. Good luck. Alright, and real quick, I just wanted to say I do apologize. Last week I only had 3 videos come out. Typically I do 5 every week. But I wasn't feeling too well one day, and so I typically do a video of some comics at the shop. And my sinuses and allergies and everything have just been killing me lately. And you know what? I decided to have a little weekend off. And on top of that, also on Sundays I do a haul video typically. But I've been saving up some money. I got some big things coming up. So I didn't really have a haul to show you this week. So yeah, I decided, you know what? I'm going to take an easy week. Only 3 videos, which is still pretty good. I don't feel bad about that. I mean, a lot of people struggle to do a video a week, which, you know, everybody's got different schedules and everything. And I stay very busy doing the 5 videos a week. So I'm happy to still have 3 videos a week. And for me also to feel like I, you know, took a little bit easy, rest up my sinuses and let myself breathe and whatnot. But let's go ahead and hop into this week's video by talking about Miss Marvel number 16. Forgive me, I didn't write down what volume this is. I don't recall. But this is about a $20 book. It's starting off nice and slow for you. So this is the first time Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel meets. So Kamala Khan and Carol Danvers. And, you know, I think this will be a nice little small key still. It has room to grow still when we get to the Marvels. Is that going to be a show or a movie? The Marvels is going to be a movie, but we're getting a show first called Miss Marvel, I think. I think that's how it's going to work. Because The Marvels is technically going to be like Captain Marvel number 2. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's my understanding of it, though. However, again, you know, so when we get to The Marvels, and presumably, I think we're probably going to be introduced to Kamala Khan. Oh yeah, no, that's right. So I'm all over the place. So yeah, I think we're having, I don't know if Miss Marvel or The Marvels is first, but regardless, they're gonna meet up, whether it be in the TV show or in the movie. I'm sure. Something that I think really helps this book maybe get a little extra mileage out of it being just a minor key is it is a really pretty cover. I do like this cover. I think it looks really cool. It's one that, you know, would look good on your wall. So, you know, if you have a minor key that doesn't really look that good, then I feel like it kind of stunts it a bit. But if it is a minor key, you know, not every key is going to be a first appearance, but this, you know, a first meeting of 2 prominent characters that have, you know, a good amount to do with each other. Having it help by having it just be a nice looking cover is, I think, going to help increase the value of it minimally. It's not good. This isn't going to be a huge book, but again, it's about a $20 book now. Maybe it'll be a $50 book by the time the movie and the show and everything's going on. So, you know, small little increases. You pick up a few copies of these, you know, might be doing okay at that point. Moving on to Avengers Unplugged number 5. Now this is about a $40 book, and this is the first time Monica becomes Photon. I mentioned earlier in the intro, I do think, you know, I think calling everybody Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel, you know, it'd be confusing. So I think Carol Danvers is going to remain Captain Marvel, even though she really isn't even called Captain Marvel in the movies. I think I don't even know if it's been said out of someone's mouth directly. I mean, it's obviously been referenced. It was the name of the movie. It's the name on all the action figures and Funko Pops and whatever else. Like, she definitely is Captain Marvel, but I don't know if people have really called her that. I'd have to go back and rewatch it because I don't think so in that or like Endgame or anything. I think she just introduces herself as Carol Danvers. But I think, regardless, she's going to be Captain Marvel. Monica is going to be Photon, and then Kamala Khan is going to be Miss Marvel. I don't think they're going to be changing around names and stuff because for comic readers, like, we get it. We understand people are always taking up different mantles and doing this and that and whatever. But as far as, movies, I feel like they're trying to keep it a little streamlined, very accessible to people, not confusing them and for the normies out there. But so I do think even though this is kind of a weird book, and this is one I'll say not in love with the cover, but I do think it is still a minor key, but a little bit more significant than a first meeting up of the other two. I think Monica becoming Photon, and especially if this is the name that she's going to stick with going on throughout the MCU, I think this will be a significant little, somewhat smaller key. Next up, we have Avenging Spider-Man #9, and this is first time Carol Danvers becomes Captain Marvel. Previously, she was Miss Marvel, and this is when she becomes Captain Marvel. Although I don't think she calls herself Captain Marvel until a little later on, but this is her as Captain Marvel. And really cool cover. I do really like this cover. Got a little bonus of Spider-Man in there. This book is going to be about $100 book, so we're getting, jumping up in price, though. I think this is a good one to have. I see, Captain Marvel being in the foreseeable future throughout the MCU. I think she, every now and then we're going to need a heavy hitter when we have an Avengers movie and there's some kind of big, bad, super strong guy that needs to get hit really hard, and Captain Marvel's great for that. I don't know how much more. I think Thor's going to be still in the MCU and doing things, but I think he's a bit more on a self-discovery journey, and also we're going to see where he goes after the events of Love and Thunder, because I don't really know where Thor's going to... I think we're going to still be getting Thor, because Chris Hemsworth is doing great, and he's really loving the roles and how it's changed after like Ragnarok. I feel like he's really finally felt at home with his character. And as far as I can tell, I think we're still going to be getting Thor for a while, but I think he might be going on a bit of a different path, not the noble hero we knew him as. He needs some self-discovery. He lives for thousands and thousands of years, so what's taking 20 years to find yourself, nothing to him really. But and all of his family and planet and everything, just give him some time. He doesn't need to be out there saving the world all the time. So we're gonna lean on Captain Marvel, I think, for a lot of the heavy hitting that the Avengers really relied on, like Thor, and then like Hulk now too is not quite the heavy hitter that he used to be. So yeah, I think this is a good book. Absolutely beautiful cover. Probably, this is the best cover we've had so far. And actually, looking at my list here, this is the best cover I would say out of all the books that are on the list. So it matters to some people, it doesn't matter to everybody. If I was going to pick one of the books to put up on the wall based on cover alone, this would be the winner. So moving on now to Amazing Spider-Man. Got another Spider-Man book. Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 16. Now this is about a $60 book. Cut it down a little bit, but not too much. However, this is the first appearance of Monica Rambeau. She is Captain Marvel at this point, though, not Photon yet. So, this is first Monica. Like, there's not too much for me to say. Obviously, this is going to be a good book to grab. I think we've, only barely touched the surface of what Monica's going to do. She could be another heavy hitter. I don't know if they're going to try to make her as strong as Captain Marvel. We don't necessarily need someone that strong. But I do think she is a cool character. I quite enjoyed her in WandaVision. And I'm curious to see where they go with that. I'm really curious to see the frayed relationship between her and Carol Danvers. It doesn't seem like she wants to see Carol Danvers again, and I'm curious to see why. Is it because I assume it's because she was off doing other things, and then her mom was here on Earth dying, and she's not too fond of that. But there might be even more kind of buried deep down in there. It's hard to say. But yeah, I'm pretty invested myself in Monica to see, emotionally invested. I actually don't have any of these books on my list today. Sometimes I give you the knowledge before I really even give me the knowledge. There's just so many books out there to grab, there's a lot that I wish I did own. I wish I owned all these, but like I said, I do have some really big stuff coming up. I'm keeping it on the DL for right now, but it's gonna make some very interesting videos, I do believe, and I'll be picking up some really awesome comics here in the near future. So moving on though to the last book of the day, all new. I have to look at the list when I say this because I feel like I mess it up all the time. All new Marvel Now .1. It's a lot of words, and I mix it up every time I say it just off the cuff. I go all new Marvel Now, or no, I almost said it right that time. I usually go all new now Marvel .new 1 or something. I just mess it all the way up. But this is about a $200 book, so this is the big one, and it can go higher. I put it on a conservative. I've seen a few of them go for $200 on in the past few ones sold or whatever. Now there have been some that sold for like $350. So, and then if you're talking about graded, you're talking about a lot more expensive. But there is some other minor first appearances, but this is first Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel. So this is a big key. I'm not exactly sure if maybe there wasn't a huge print run on these books or whatever, because I know like the all new Marvel Now is like way more expensive. I have the all new mine is just Marvel .1. That's like the first appearance of Sam Alexander Nova, and this one is like 4 times the price of that one. So I don't know if it's just the Miss Marvel hype or if there are if this book is just harder to find or whatever it is. But this is one that I very, very much want. I definitely have my eye out there looking for it for a reasonable price. Haven't quite found it yet. This is like, out of all the ones that I'm talking about today, this is the one I really, really would like to get in my collection. I think Kamala Khan is going to be a big point moving forward. We're obviously, working towards Young Avengers. I like the time that they're taking with this. And they really, it's funny because everyone's saying, Marvel's working towards Young Avengers. But I don't think Kevin Feige and, other representatives from Marvel it'd be like, Young Avengers are coming. I don't really think they're forcing it down our throats. They're very slowly planting the seeds and setting everything up. We've got Kamala Khan showing up. We got Kate Bishop showing up soon, both in their own series. We got Tommy and what's his name, Billy. We got them, even though they're technically gone, and I'm sure they're coming back. I just don't know exactly how and when. We got Patriot. Got a little tease of him, kind of, even though no reference to him being a hero or doing anything, but he's there. You know what I mean? The seeds are planted. They're not shoving it in our face, but we're getting there. We're getting to know the characters, and it really does feel like kind of like with Kamala Khan, actually, because she showed up in a in a Captain Marvel comic, and as an extra character. It wasn't just because back in the day when you did a new hero, it was just the number one issue, and this is whoever, this is I don't know, and kind of like with Monica Rambeau, she just came out the gates as Captain Marvel, and it can be fine to do that, and you'd still be fine to do that now, but it's also fun to build up a character, and this is just a person, and especially with with Kamala being an Inhuman and waiting for her powers to activate and everything, it really gives you a chance to grow with the character. But anyway, so that's my 5 books for this week. There are plenty of other keys that we could be talking about. Because we're talking about 3 characters. Like, obviously, there's plenty of Kamala Khan keys. There's plenty of Captain or Carol Danvers keys. Plenty of Monica Rambeau keys. But I try to pick, a good curation of ones that I personally would like to be focusing on right now. Like I said, I haven't picked up any of them yet. But if I found a good deal on any of these books, I definitely would grab them without hesitation. So let me know, is there something, because like I said, there really is, now granted, keep in mind, like I have talked about Miss Marvel, the first Miss Marvel run with Kamala as Miss Marvel. But I've talked about that book in the past before, so like I chose to leave that one aside. That's obviously a good book still. But is there something that maybe I forgot? Maybe something's more important than one of these books? Because it's very easy to do. Because there's a lot. I was looking through all these different books, and I was like, let's pick these 5 and call it a video. But that's gonna be all. Let me know in the comments down below what Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Photon, and whatever names you want to call them, because they all have several different names. But what keys for those characters are you picking up and suggesting that I or others pick up as well? That's going to be it for today. Now, I will be back Wednesday with some comics for the week, new comics for the week. And yeah, I'll see you then.